G'day everyone, Paul Stoner, CEO Biggin and Scott. I'm joined today by Michael Tynan from our Paran office, who was Salesperson of the Month for May.
That's it, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Paul. Cheers.
So last time was it April or was it March?
Yeah, April.
It was April.
Yep, April.
April, May.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Look out. He hasn't been with us long. And so I'm going to ask him about what he's been doing. But first of all, how's the market? It's sort of, we were a bit slow at the start of the year. You had a great May, obviously, or April, which had a lot of disruptions, and May's sort of followed from that.
Yeah.
How have you found it? It's been noticeably different to April, or?
No, we had really good stock in April, and then that kind of flowed on to May. But I think in that period of time, I just kept on doing what I was doing at the start of the year. Just making sure that the habits that I was doing with the calls, the letters, and those e-brochures we were discussing last time, just continuing on with that. And obviously the results that I got in April, well, that flourished into, well, people selling in the building or selling on the street, and then that flourished into May and obviously June, July now. So I think just doing those simple little things consistently and just making sure that, as I say, the consistency of doing those was still...
Now, we didn't speak about this prior, but you've just got me onto something. So lead sources, what are you finding, because you're... what I consider one of our more modern guys, you're keeping up with all the changes and everything that's introduced. You're using it, which is you've just got to do for anybody watching. But so lead sources, where do you find you're getting the most opportunities at the moment?
From success results. So what I'm doing is basically everything that I sell. Obviously, I do a letter drop for, I do an e-brochure for, and then I do a phone call. So everyone on our database will get 3 points of contact, and then when other agents are selling properties as well, so our competitors, I'm also doing letter drops and doing calls as well to our database. So keeping people informed about our results, but also other people's results, and then obviously going from there. So that's
so let's just paint an example for everybody watching. So the whole file gets the call on the sale?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to let you know?
Yeah, so so everyone who goes through the property, they'll get an email letting them know that it's been sold, but also a phone call. Everyone in our database who owns a property in that street will also get a call. They'll get an MMS, and they'll also get an e-brochure that's sent out to them. So they get 3 points of contact. So basically, everything that happens in any street in Windsor or Paran, we want people to be contacted about.
And are you lifting that now over onto Facebook as well? You're doing any sort of group communication or running an ad? Or
Yeah, I'm trying to get into Instagram. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this video see me liking their stuff all the time. So I'm trying to get into that space as well. I've had a lot of buyer agents contact me from Instagram saying, oh, that looks like a nice one that you've got coming up. You might have a look through. So that's been nice. I haven't had any leads as such for the sales side, but I think it's just building your profile up. And
what's working out what's right, what
exactly.
people are interested in. And
well, it's test and measure. So if the letter drops, the calls and the e-brochures, they're working quite well. So I've tested and measured those. So we continue to do those. With the social media side of things, we're testing and measuring Facebook, Instagram. I had a chat with Ed from the Richmond office about doing videos, how we can do those better and kind of the success rate that he's been having with those. So we're trying to implement something similar to the Paran office.
It's interesting how it's changed. I just thought that'd be a good conversation for the guys watching the lead sources. So, so what I know about you, not necessarily everybody watching, is you are a creature of habit, which is a good thing. So let's just talk about how May looked for you, and like a normal day. And I know I asked this last time, but I want everybody to realise that if it's raining outside, the day doesn't change for Michael. If it's hot outside, it doesn't change. He's doing all the regular stuff and on a more than regular basis.
So I run an ideal week where basically I have ideal tasks that need to be done. So it doesn't matter if the calls are done in the morning, afternoon or in the evening, they're getting done. Or if there's an appointment that needs to be done, it's getting done within that day. Is there a number
of calls that you'll make for that?
So in the week I do about 100 to 150 calls. That's prospect. Then buyer calls, it can vary because the amount of properties that we're opening. But the buyer calls are done on Monday. The prospecting calls are done every day. Basically, I run with what's called a hot potential vendor list, which I've just got right there. And basically, that runs with everyone who's looking to sell in the next 3 to 4 months. They're on that list. And it's basically marked out as the reason why they're selling, The last steps that I took with them, call, email, or text message, and the next step I need to take to get the property listed for sale.
Yep.
So I run with that, and literally I do that every day. And then Wednesdays I've got pipeline. Thursdays I've got expired listings. So there's a real system there for my prospecting, and I've got a prospecting program in place.
Now, the interesting thing about this is when you're making this many calls, you are living and breathing real estate. You know what's sold in the area, you know what's available in the area, you know, and that's just rolls off in your dialogue.
It's a really good point. I've got two screens on my computer. So one of the screens I've got the recent sales that have happened in Paran or in that street, and then on the other screen I've got the contacts, and I'm writing in the notes. So I'm calling the people. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, just wanted to give you a quick call. Number 10 in your street's just sold. Just wanted to keep you posted on prices. Oh, Michael, we'd love to know, well, is that because you're looking to maybe do something yourself, or, you know, and then just have that interaction with them, make all the notes. So on this screen, I've got everything that's sold in their street. This one, I'm making the notes to keep up to date with the next point of contact I need to make with them. And then you just go from there, and down the list you go with
and it's like so the market wraps that I do here and try and drag all the answers out of the guys. It's the same thing at the door. If people ask you a question, you've got the answer. You're living and breathing real estate, so it's contacting enough people to get it out on the table.
Well, the more people you contact, the more people you're going to lead to say somebody saying yes, I'm looking to buy, yes, I'm looking to sell, you know, all those kind of things.
That's good. So target wise, you're good with all your targets and all that sort of stuff. So you're pretty hard on yourself, but you know, and I was just saying to you, we're going into, you know, the end of June, July. It's going to be relatively quiet. I said, take a break. Make sure you have a break.
It is important to do that. I mean, we've got a new guy who's just starting Marcus with us, and the first thing on the agenda that I have for him is, and it's last on the list, but it's plan a holiday. You know, you've got to plan a holiday because this...
You're saying that for him or for you?
No, for him, because it is important. You've got to take time off, and you know, I've been through it where you've worn yourself out, and you kind of get to that point where you're not doing yourself or the customers who you're trying to service any good.
So, but this is what I like about diary control, because you've got your two areas marked out for the day if they're 45 or hour-minute calls, hours that you do the calls.
Call blocks,
You've got the hour before to wind yourself up to be pumped to do those calls.
That's it.
You know, it's not all day. You don't have to be up all day. You've just got to wind yourself up, have the right information there, and when somebody asks you, it's at your fingertips, and away you go.
It's consistency, though. So the call blocks need to be consistent. You don't have to do them all day, every day, and then you burn yourself out in 1 to 2 weeks. Right. It's just consistently doing them. So the results that I'm seeing now is because at the start of the year, I set up those call blocks, and I gave myself, 45 minutes to do, at least 10 to 15 good calls, quality calls where I got to know the people, got the information that I needed. I gave them relevant information that wanted them to be kept informed, and then we set them on the track in regards to a process of what we're going to do for the next year to 2 years to track them and to keep them posted. So
now Michael's been with us, is it
5 months? From the start of the year.
So one of the things that interested Michael in coming over to the group was going to the Paran office, good database, so something to work with. How is that going? Because it started off big lump of clay, and we're just sculpting it at the moment. I think the big thing for us was getting in there, getting the data nice and clean. So the people who wanted to be in there, we keep them in there. People who don't want to be in there, no worries, we'll take you out. And then it's mobile numbers, it's email addresses. Well, what do we do with those? So we've set up 6 monthly reports that every time a property sells in their street, they're contacted. Every 6 months, they're getting a detailed CMA report, letting them know what's happened similar to their property in that area. So, and then all the calls as well. So the calls are important. Once those have been sent out, the week after, we give people calls. Did you receive the report? Was it helpful? And people just want to know what's going on. If it's relevant to their property, and I preached this last time, but if it's relevant to their property, people want to get it. They want to know what's going on, especially investors. Well, I think it's a come see, come sar. It's like, give me nothing, I'll give you nothing.
Exactly.
Give me something, I'll consider.
Exactly.
Including it.
Absolutely.
So look, it's been a great marriage. I think it's interesting to watch the data play happening, but the level of your contact with the database, I think, is making a big difference. And the fact that you're embracing all of the modern tools. There goes my pen. But that is a big difference. I keep on saying to guys at training, you got to keep up.
Yeah,
you have to keep up.
It's a combination. So you have to do the e-brochures, you have to do the MMSs, but it's just old-fashioned get on the phone. Yeah. Just have a chat with people and give them information that's going to keep them engaged. Yeah. Wanting to give you a call, once we've listed or once we've sold a property. Sorry, I've just given you a just listed call. I'd love to let you know when we sell this one, just to keep you posted on prices. And then when you give them that, well, geez, this is a real estate agent that keep me informed. He actually, when he says he's going to call, he's going to call. Yeah. And then when it comes to listing, the listing presentation begins once you meet someone.
Well,
so as soon as you meet someone,
happening for a year, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the listing presentation begins once you start chatting with people.
Yeah.
That's when you can show them the consistency, the communication they're going to receive, the level of service they're going to receive, and that's really important to me.
Now, last but not least, how are you tracking in terms of the goals that you set yourself for the year?
Yeah, good. I think we're going to... Tom, myself and Guy sat down and went through what they want me to write for the year. I think I've nearly done that. Yeah. So I think I've nearly written what they want me to do within this year already.
Financial year,
well, this financial year, but in the year, in 12 months, so which is great. So I'm resetting the goals now in regards to what I want to achieve till the end of the year. And I think the big thing is just the basics. Just stay to the basics. We're growing a team. I've got a new guy who's just started, Marcus, who's a great guy, really good guy. He's focusing on customer service. He's focusing on buyers, and really freeing me up to do the dollar productive things. And he's obviously starting to do the calls and everything now as well, which is great. So
it's always a good thing to hit your targets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
a bit of a motivator.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's just a real... And it gets the team involved as well. Okay, if that's working for him, well, then I'll try it. So it's helping hopefully other people as well, and hopefully people in this video. So.
Yeah, so anybody obviously that wants to chat to Michael or to have a look at his perfect day, week or month, give him a call because it's all laid out. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And the dialogue, as we've all been taught over the last 4 years, it's very personable, and it's all about just getting people to that next level of trust and to know what's going on.
It's just making people feel comfortable. So making people feel comfortable that you're giving people relevant information, you're making them feel comfortable. When it's time to make a decision, you're on the shopping list.
Yeah.
And then when you're on the shopping list, you can go through obviously marketing strategies, price, methods, all of those kind of things. But they already know you, they already trust you, they're already open to what you've got to say. It just makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thanks, Paul. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, everyone.